passport, so this is a whole new process for us. We thought we would bring you guys along with us, show you the process, show you the forms and everything, so you can see what's all involved, and you can have a tutorial on how to get your passport yourself. We're actually headed to the Shamokin post office. Not every post office does passport services. Not every post office does pictures. Some of them do the services but don't take the pictures. Also, some of them don't have Saturday appointments. Some of them only have weekday appointments. Every post office is different. So when you go online to schedule your appointment, you can see, where you can go and what services they offer at each location.
Next couple of years, we're planning on doing some international travel, as well as later this year, around fall, we're looking to take a cruise on Royal Caribbean. And you don't need a passport necessarily if you are cruising from America and you're leaving and entering at the same port of call. It's not a requirement as a U.S. citizen, or I'm not sure if it's just U.S. citizens or anybody, to have a passport. But due to the past few years with all the COVID mandates and different regulations, in different countries' regulations on COVID, the Royal Caribbean is highly suggesting that every passenger that wants to cruise has a valid United States passport if you're a United States citizen. In case something would happen in another country, makes it easier to get home, especially if you're in a foreign country, in a hospital, or have to get aircraft off a deck or something. So that's the reason we're getting our passport, as well as in the next couple of years we'd like to try to get overseas at some point. I know Katie's been wanting to see Paris her entire life, so maybe one day we can make that a reality.
Someday in 40 years.
But yeah, so it's a new process for us. Katie's pretty read up on this stuff. I'm just along for the ride.
The U.S. Postal Service website makes it very easy to schedule your passport appointment. You just make your selections from the drop-downs, adding which service you'll be needing, then the location, date, and time options will pop up for you to select.
Listen, we'll be done around 11:30.
I'm gonna go get one cheeseburger and chocolate milk.
The USPS website is full of a lot of helpful guides and information. You're able to access everything you need, including the appointment portal, frequently asked questions, as well as all of the forms required to apply or renew your passport. If you head over to the U.S. Department of State website, you can find all of the versions of the form you might need. Since we are first-time applicants, we printed the DS-11 form. Make sure when filling this out, you follow all of the instructions very carefully.
Well, that was super easy. Easier than I really expected. I thought we would get in there and we'd have all sorts of trouble, because that's just how it goes. I know when I went to get my real ID last year, I didn't have the right version of my marriage license, so I couldn't get it, and it was just horrible. But the ladies at the post office were wonderful. They helped us so much. They answered so many questions. It was just a great process, and we're all done.
Yep. I'll add one thing to that. You can fill out the application beforehand. We didn't know for sure, so we asked, and they said, yeah, you can fill out the application beforehand. The only thing you cannot do is sign at the end. It has to be signed in front of, I don't know if they're notarized or they're just issuing agent or authority or whatever, because they have to issue the oath, and then you accept, and then they witness your signature. So that's just, little things here and there, but yeah, very easy process.
Something else
the ladies at the post office kind of filled us in on is some of the requirements for the passport photos. So something they wanted us to remind you guys of is that you cannot wear white. They want you in your normal everyday street clothes, plain colors, but you can't wear white because the background for the pictures is white. So just keep that in mind. The other thing is they had a little bit of trouble with Jared's beard. The requirements for the photos are very specific. They want to be able to see your entire face from chin to the top of your head. So his beard, being as bushy as it is, they had some trouble with that. There's certain parameters that your face has to be a certain size on the picture. We might run into the trouble that the passport agency rejects our pictures because of that, or rejects his anyway. So just keep that in mind. Maybe want to trim it up before you go for your passport picture. They're very, very specific. You don't want to have to run back, 2 times. Now, there's one thing you can't come to Shamokin without doing, and that is Coney Island. Oh yeah. This is literally the best place ever. So good.
That's the company where we can eat like 5.
We're here, 4 to go already.